In a small mountain village, there lived a young boy named Tashi. Tashi was born into a poor family. His father worked as a woodcutter, and his mother sold vegetables in the market. Every day, Tashi watched his parents struggle just to buy rice and firewood. But Tashi had one dream. He wanted to become successful and change his family's life forever. Every evening, after helping his father carry wood from the forest, Tashi would sit beside a small oil lamp and study old books that people had thrown away. His friends laughed at him. "Why study so hard?" they said. "You are poor. Poor people stay poor." Those words hurt Tashi deeply, but he stayed silent. Years passed, and Tashi worked harder than everyone around him. Finally, he got a chance to take an important city scholarship exam. It was his only hope. The night before the exam, he couldn't sleep. He imagined his parents smiling proudly. He imagined buying his mother warm clothes for winter. He imagined a better future. The next morning, Tashi traveled many hours to the city. His hands trembled as he entered the examination hall. Weeks later, the results arrived. Tashi failed. Not only did he fail, but his score was one of the lowest. When people heard the news, they mocked him. "We told you," they laughed. "Dreams are not for people like you." Tashi felt broken. For days, he stayed inside his room. He stopped studying. He stopped talking. He believed maybe everyone was right. One rainy evening, Tashi saw his father return home, exhausted. His clothes were soaked, and his hands were bleeding from cutting wood all day. Yet his father smiled. "Tashi," he said softly, "why are you giving up after only one failure?" Tashi lowered his head. "I tried my best, father, but I still failed." His father sat beside him quietly. "When I was your age," his father said, "I once tried to build a small business selling handmade tools. I failed badly. I lost everything." Tashi looked surprised. He had never heard this story before. His father continued, "I felt ashamed. I wanted to quit forever, but then your grandfather told me something I never forgot." "What did he say?" Tashi asked. "He said, 'Failure is not the end of the road. It is the teacher that shows you where the holes are.'" The room became silent, except for the sound of rain. His father placed a rough hand on Tashi's shoulder. "If you stop now, failure wins. But if you stand up again, failure becomes your lesson." That night, Tashi couldn't sleep. He kept repeating those words in his mind. The next morning, before sunrise, Tashi got up and opened his books again. This time, he studied differently. Instead of feeling sorry for himself, he carefully looked at every mistake he made. He practiced longer hours. He asked teachers for help. He improved little by little every single day. Meanwhile, life became even harder. One winter, his mother became sick, and the family had no money for medicine. Tashi worked during the day, carrying heavy bags in the market, and studied at night. Many times, he wanted to quit. Many times, he cried silently when nobody was watching. But every time he felt weak, he remembered his father's words. "If you stop now, failure wins." A year later, the scholarship exam came again. This time, Tashi walked into the examination hall with calm eyes. He was still nervous, but he was stronger inside. Weeks later, the results arrived. Tashi had passed. Not only did he pass, but he ranked among the top students in the region. The same people who once mocked him were shocked. "How did he do it?" they whispered. But Tashi understood the truth. Success did not come because he was smarter than everyone else. Success came because he refused to give up after failure. Years later, Tashi became a successful engineer in the city. He built roads and bridges in remote villages so children could travel safely to school. One day, Tashi returned to his old village. As he walked through the market, he saw a young boy sitting alone with tears in his eyes. "What happened?" Tashi asked gently. The boy sniffed and said, "I failed my exam. Everyone says I'm useless." Tashi smiled softly. He sat beside the boy and said the same words his father once told him. "Failure is not the end of the road. It is the teacher that shows you where the holes are." The boy looked up slowly. Tashi continued, "If you fall 100 times, stand up 101 times. That is how strong people are made." The boy wiped his tears. At that moment, Tashi realized something important. The greatest victory in life is not becoming rich or famous. The greatest victory is refusing to quit when life knocks you down. Because every successful person you admire has failed many times, but they kept going, and that is why they won.